there folks, it's Kikoskia here and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity, and when last we left off, Lyrin and Co are continuing to try and sneak through the Iron Flail fort. Even though lots of people are resting, there are still plenty of guards out and about, which makes getting about here very challenging. The fact that we've made it all the way to here is an accomplishment all its own. Unfortunately, we're not quite there yet. I was able to get Lyrin and Grieving Mother over to the tent, but you need to get the entire party there to go and speak with the leader of the Iron Flail. And I think I've figured out a way that we can do that. It involves going this way.
Absolutely.
There's a stairway here. And if we head up here, we can get onto the battlements. And I think that is how we're going to do it. You're going to go there. Are you going to head up, or are you going to go that way? You're going to go that way. Okay. What I need to do is when that guard goes down and over here, I need to sneak up onto the battlements. And I need to do this before the dog patrols round, because if the dog patrols round, the dog will notice us. Now, it's going to be difficult with all of us, but I think I can do it if I'm fast. Okay, you're going that way. Go! Go now. And there are those guards. Now, if we stick to the edge of the wall, we should be able to avoid them.
Aye?
We've got to stick to the edge of the
Following
wall.
your lead.
I'm here.
That way, the guards shouldn't be able to see us. And then it's just a matter of getting along the battlements until we get to a point we can go down. And make another save. Okay. Oh, you're being spotted. You're being spotted. You're being spotted. You're being spotted. Okay, you're no longer being spotted. Good. Good. Go over here.
Hey.
And then here. I need you over there. I need you here.
Hey.
I need you to hug
Your thoughts must flow
the
deeply.
battlements. If you hug the battlements,
What?
we can get everyone over. And I need to move all of you, because if I don't move all of you,
I'm
you'll
here.
get spotted when that guard comes up the stairs. There's a door here, and that door leads to this. And I imagine we can just sneak right through, get past all the guards, and then
Hey.
get to the commander's
Your
tent.
thoughts must flow deeply.
And I do need
indeed.
to make sure that I don't walk too close to the edge here. I also need to make sure I do this in time, because it's currently hour 2 in the
Yes.
morning, and if too much
How may I
time
help?
passes, it will become day. And if it becomes
Your
day,
thoughts must flow.
we're in
Hey.
serious trouble,
Your
because
thoughts
everyone
must
will
flow
start
deep.
waking up, and will
I'm
be
here.
spotted. Okay, we've got to this
Following your
point.
lead.
Nobody has been spotted yet. Now the hard part. I have to get everyone into this room. And hopefully there's nobody in that room, because if there is, we're in trouble. Okay, go here. And oh, that brings us right here. Okay, good. Excellent. And
At
with
once.
that, we can sneak over here, and without being spotted, unfortunately they didn't spot Balagan far, we have made it to the command post. Now, before we go into the command post, I'm going to level up. Should I level up the party, or should I wait? I should wait, because then everyone else can level. So, we managed to sneak through. It took a lot of attempts, but we did it without killing anyone. And now, we're going to talk to the commander. Presuming, of course, they're in here. Are they in here? Let's find out. Please listen.
Enough! I've had my fill of... What's this? What? Who are you?
The Iron Flail commander is a younger man, lean in build. His brown hair is unkempt, his eyes fevered. At his feet is a grate, set over what appears to be a pit. You hear a smattering of anxious cries rising from the cell as the commander steps forward. He glares down through the grate, face a mask of rage.
More of your scheming friends? Not a scrap of honor in the lot of you.
I prefer to settle this peacefully.
I'm sure you would, now that you're here.
And we got here without killing anyone.
You want to talk? Set down your...
Adaric's words die in his throat, his expression frozen mid-snarl. It isn't clear what happened, until you start to feel it too. Unbidden, your senses drift, as if you had reached out toward a source of essence. You feel an ache in your chest, an almost painful sensation of being pulled. A sudden wave of memories floods your mind, clear as the day they formed. You see Odema's campsite, ravaged by the bioic, the halls of Caer Nua. You feel hot air waft across your face as you stand before the White Forge, and watch its spectral guardians take form by the light of molten streams of ore. The images wash over you, tracing lives and emotions from 100 different times and places. Not all are your own. Slowly, you become aware of the sensation of being watched. Let us reach out. You direct your senses, tracing the invasion to its source. Adaryc. Conviction burns through him, bright as a brazier. For an instant you share in his emotion, and a sourceless desperation rattles about your skull. Absent context, the fragments of memories you see are just images. A small house across a field of vibrant purple flowers, a sea of armoured kith and flapping banners, waiting on your command. There's an uncomfortable moment where you feel your twinned awareness turning in on itself, and then the connection is severed. Adaryc looks at you, his face ashen. You're a watcher?
You sure he's not just a weirdo with an empty stare? I get those confused a lot.
Oh, trust me, dear. He's a watcher.
That's not...
Adaryc glances around the room, his face colouring.
That's not known to many. Not past these walls.
Oh, I'm pretty knowledgeable about this. Trust me.
I sense his fear, his shame.
Interesting.
Why have you come? Why now?
I came to find out what happened to the delegates.
All this for them? Infiltrating my fort, skulking through the camp.
Why did you imprison these people?
Stalwart sent delegates to discuss terms of peace. I offered them the opportunity. I was generous.
Adaryc paces a few steps before he gets hold of himself.
But Stalwart sent soothsayers, not diplomats, to frighten us with stories of the moon going dark, the earth shaking.
It's true! It's all true! The waves will swallow us all!
A shrill voice suddenly rises up from the pit. Adaryc stomps down angrily on the bars, drowning her out. Whoever was the voice actress for the raving delegate? Top marks, no notes. But there have been tremors. There were cave-ins at the mines.
Don't play the fool with me. These omens are meant to frighten me, to make me doubt my purpose here. But there is more at stake here than a village in the mountains. They dismiss my faith, call us superstitious. But what does Stalwart believe in? Iron and gold, and nothing else. I have tilled barren fields with my bare hands. What is gold to me?
He looks down at the greater Basel, eyes flashing with sudden anger. Let's see if we can negotiate here. Perhaps you and I can talk now.
You're nothing more than a mercenary, for a village of people unwilling to put their own lives on the line.
What do you want with Stalwart anyway?
With a village of fishermen, nothing. But they cling fiercely to the forge you gave them. Some of the men are here for gold and good steel, and I promised them their share. But I came for cannons. With the battery's cannons, we can hold the pass. Readceras has suffered enough. Its sons and daughters have nothing.
He looks to Adaryc, jaw working.
We won't survive an attack from the Deerwood when it comes. Not unless we act.
Is there an attack coming from the Deerwood? I don't think there is.
There is an army coming. I've seen it. Pouring down from the mountain. It will crush Stalwart and come for Readceras.
Adaric's gaze is distant. Ah, you're referring to the Eyeless. Yeah, that's not the Deerwood.
The Iron Flail will be the wall that safeguards my homeland from the worst these fire worshippers can bring to bear.
Wait, you had a vision of an army?
I warn you, if you think to taunt me, Watcher.
I had a vision too. In mine, I saw Caed Nua reduced to rubble by an army that shook the earth. Doubt creases Adaric's brow. His men exchange looks, waiting tensely for orders.
Why would they turn on their own? No. You're trying to trick me. This is all another distraction.
I remember thunder and 100 eyes gazing back at me. Any of that sound familiar?
The thunder followed me to the temple at Dawn's Reach, and the earth split beneath our feet.
You read my soul. What did that tell you?
That you're soft-hearted, but it hasn't seemed to stop you.
Adaric's voice is brittle.
And that you have seen and done a great many things. Things I would not have otherwise believed.
We both know something's coming. Maybe 2 Watchers can figure out how to stop it. For several moments there is nothing but silence in the cavern. Then you hear the scrape of metal as Adaryc takes up his sword, only to lay it flat across his palms.
I led my people here because I believed we were on the right path. I bound my soul to this blade as proof of my surety.
There is a ripple of soul energy in the air, there and gone. Adaryc looks pained.
The sword's no good to me now. It's yours, for as long as you can wield it.
You've gained an item. Steadfast.
I'll call in our forces from the mountains. Please, give me time to explain. You should speak with Stalwart's messengers. Perhaps you'll get some answers out of them.
I'll try. And thank you for being reasonable, Adaryc. Thank you. Lyrin was granted Sever the Soul.
I'm here.
Sever the Soul? What's Sever the Soul do? The Watcher targets the very essence of a creature with their next attack, bypassing the target's defenses a little. Ooh! Ooh, that's nasty. And now we have Steadfast. Steadfast is a single-edged backsword with a recurved guard and a wire-wrapped grip. Though not especially fancy, the crafter's skill is readily apparent to any who hold the weapon in their hands. Binds with priest, paladin, ranger, and druid. This could be a U weapon, I guess? It could be a U weapon? Huh. Didn't think about giving you a weapon. So, this place is now empty. We can loot everything. So, let us... Oh, are you not yet able to level? You are not yet able to level. Darn it! But
Hey,
we can loot.
I'm here.
So, look around. Grab some money and a scroll.
I'd be glad to.
Oh, you found something secret. Ah, you found that. We have here a potion. We have here money, food, scroll of protection. I don't know why they just left us to loot this place, but sure. The Girdle of Driving Wave. This belt, etched with cresting waves, carries a powerful enchantment which allows the wearer to send out a burst of arcane force in a circle around themselves. The burst hits foes like a crashing wave, often taking them off their feet. Nice. Or grab some daggers. We're being spotted by someone, an exceptional arquebus. Very nice. Who is spotting us? I have no idea. A book. The White That Wends. Sure. And there's this here. Another potion. And is it the people in there? Oh, we have the cell key now. We can also take one of these, which is good. Right. Let's
I'm here.
get some level ups, because we need to be as strong as we can be for the threats that are coming. And I don't think there's going to be any encounters when we leave this tent. Right. Adaryc. Adaryc! We can't level up your athletics. We'll do that next level. Okay. Weapon specialization Knight gives you Battle Axe, Crossbow, Morning Star, and Sword. Weapon specialization Adventurer, though, gives you Estoc, Flail, Poleaxe, Wand, and Warbow. And you're using a flail, so that's probably what we want. Plus 15% damage with this flail. Yep, that seems good. And that's all you get. Yeah, I think it's high time I actually do that. I might want to enchant this, actually. Yeah, we'll enchant that at some point. Right, next person. Aloth. Can't improve your lore. In fact, we probably can't improve your lore at all. So we're just going to leave that be. We have 8th level spells here. Ooh, these are going to be interesting. So, Leningrad's superior in elemental bulwark guards against a lot of elemental damage. Minoleta's piercing sigil. The wizard invokes the sigil of the famed Valian wizard Minoleta. When he or she is struck in melee, the sigil retaliates with pierce damage, pushing the target back and leaving them stunned. That's interesting. Character hitting caster takes pierce damage and is stunned. Wilting Wind is a parching wind blows across the battlefield, inflicting raw damage on anyone in the area and leaving them... Ooh. Ooh. That's a lot of raw damage. The Wall of Many Colors is a prismatic wall. Summons a scintillating wall of varied colors that inflict varied damage and afflictions on enemies passing through it. Okay, enemies. And they all have exclamation marks. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo. Yeah. We want the Wall of Many Colors. That's crowd control. And, Freezing Rake, Ghostly Skeletal Hand, doing freeze damage to enemies, leaving them weakened or hobbled. There's a black bow that is a weapon. A Grimoire Implant. Temporary borrows priest, wizard, or druid spells from 7th level alone. For short duration, the wizard can cast the stolen spells freely. Interesting. Very interesting. Gives you a bit of versatility, but really you don't need that versatility. Piercing Sigil will be good against someone attacking you. Wilting Wind is just high, raw damage. Yeah, we're going with Wilting Wind and Wall of Many Colors. And a 4th level spell mastery. Ooh, okay. What am I going to pick as a 4th level spell mastery? What spell do I typically use? I don't know. Wall of Flame is a good one? Ooh, Wall of Flame is a very good one. Now, Wall of Flame's good, Death Ray's good, Essence Phantom is good, Confusion is good. Infects the minds of enemies in the area of effect with delirium, confusing them. That could be good for some more crowd control. Huh. Then again, Minoleta's concussive missiles is also really good. But actually, you're good with... Flame Wall is also Flame Wall. 5 missiles of pure force causing a shockwave of crushing damage. I could always change this decision, but Flame Wall is really good. But then again, it's only 6 to 9 burn damage. No. Go with the classic Minoleta's concussive missiles. Go with Minoleta's concussive missiles. It's just such a good spell. Confusion was tempting. Alright, it's your turn. Can't pick anything here. Alright, Spell Mastery. Ooh, what Spell Mastery do I give you? What spell do I really, really want? Devotions of the Faithful. Invokes the benedictions of the priest's god, imbuing allies with accuracy and might... Oh, that's a good one. Accuracy and might bonuses while enemies receive penalties to... That's really good. That's actually a really good spell. Like, Litany against minor... Immunity to Dazed Confused. No. We absolutely pick Devotion of the Faithful. That's a... We also get Watchful Guardian, Symbol of Magran, and Hand of Weal and Woe. Ooh! Those all look nasty. Meanwhile, 16 lore. Meanwhile, a phrase. With all your strength, slay the beast. 20 actually against beasts. Nah. Mercy and kindness followed where she walked. All allies receive more endurance. Whoa, that's really good. 100% healing received. Yes. We'll have to make some
Yes.
things for that eventually. Another chant. That could be a good one for if we're in serious trouble and need more healing. But that was definitely worth doing leveling. Because now I have another free spell that Aloth can fire off
How may I help?
in Milletus concussive missiles. But before we leave, we should free the delegates. And have a chat with them. They didn't pick very good delegates, did Stalwart? Oh, thank you. I thought we'd never get out of here. Are you hurt? No, a little bruised, perhaps. The cold was the worst part. I don't know how you managed to talk that man down. He was practically foaming at the mouth. Now he and his men are still skulking around the mountains. I'm not sure letting him live was the best idea. No, it was the best idea. The commander wasn't the problem. One of the delegates points an accusing finger at another, a woman standing apart from the rest. We might have come to terms if she hadn't goaded him, shouting at him about omens and curses, demanding he leave the march. You know how superstitious the Readceras are. The commander went white as a sheet. She sabotaged the mission. The woman in question is dressed in unassuming robes. She bears the accusation silently. Her eyes closed as if in prayer. Who are you? With desperate speed, the woman suddenly lunges sidelong toward a nearby rack and seizes a dagger lying there. She sets the blade to her own throat. Unseen to all but yourself, the dying woman's soul essence coils into thin wisps about her body. It only grows brighter as her corpse stills. The remaining delegates stare in horror at her pooling blood. What just happened? Damn it. Now we'll never get answers out of her. I'll read her soul. Reach out and brace against the sudden flare of pain and fear, digging after less recent events. There is a copper taste in your mouth, and a pain like fire in your throat. Under the brute terror of death, you find a comforting thread of resolve, of satisfaction in duty fulfilled. You follow it. It leads you stumbling into another memory, as whole and vivid as the first. You walk the dark halls of an abbey, dimly lit and quiet, your footsteps loud, a blur. And you are standing in a dimly lit room facing a robed Umawa. You recognize him as Kauto, the High Abbot. He beckons you forward. Examine the surroundings. You are in a wide, rounded chamber. The tiles beneath your feet are covered in strange, curling symbols. You recognize them as symbols of Ondra, goddess of sea and memory. The memory blurs. Your sight is clear. You are standing in front of Kauto, and he is smiling gently down at you.
Drive the Readceras from these mountains, and you may yet spare many lives. The Tidebringer will be here in a week's time. Should you be delayed in your travels, report to him as you would to me. He will enter the reliquary and call off the army of Iris in my stead.
Ondra controlling them?
If you are caught, sister, you know what you must do. I will pray for your return, but we will take comfort in the knowledge that you have joined the rest of Ondra's favored in her keeping.
The words jar you loose from the memory, flinging you back into the moment of the woman's death, and then into your own skin. But traces of her memory join yours. You know the path to the abbey to which she was to return, buried in the mountains to the north. Do any of you know what a Tidebringer is? Tidebringer? That's something you used to talk about at the Temple of Ondra, I think. It's a person, a title, I mean. Tends to be used in the more, devout circles. Do you know a Kauto? Kauto? Oh, yes. He came through town some time back, stopped by at the temple in Stalwart. That was just after the town decided to rededicate it to Abaddon. He didn't seem too pleased about it. He was dressed like a priest. Maybe he took offense. He's an Amawa, tall fellow, very polite, considering he's apparently the leader of some fanatical sect. I think it's clear we haven't been the best judges of character recently. What about the Eyeless? Have you heard of them? The Eyeless? They're a figure of speech, for when you can't remember something. You say, Must be the eyeless took it from me. Yes, but there's a story to it. They're supposed to do the bidding of a lady of lament. Andra points and they come, out of nowhere. Wipe things from the face of the world. So I was originally thinking that Abaddon was the one that made... Maybe Abaddon still made the eyeless. But maybe for Andra. That's why whenever something up and goes missing, or gets destroyed with no one there to see it, you're supposed to thank Andra that the eyeless didn't come for you too. Do you know anything about an abbey to the north, then? I've heard something like that. An Andrite stronghold, not the kind of place that welcomes visitors. Is that where she came from? The delegate points to the dead woman. Yes. It's where I'll find the reliquaries so I can call off their army. What, another one? Gods, I feel like everyone on Eora is after the battery now. Why would these Andrites want the Readceras out? I doubt it's for Stalwart's benefit. Competition, maybe? I think I'd better go ask them. If you do mean to go to this abbey, be careful. There have been stories about traders wandering north and getting scared off or even killed by strange guards. They're a secretive bunch. I suppose you could always try to sneak in. I doubt you'd be welcome otherwise. It sounds like this Tidebringer would be. Welcome, I mean. Maybe I can convince them, but I'm the one they've been waiting for. I hope so. I imagine the abbey's heavily guarded. A sudden deafening crash from outside makes the delegate jump, startled. A rumbling like thunder follows. You hear further sounds of smashing timbers, panic screaming. Gods have mercy, what is it now? Stay put. I'll take care of it. Yes, well, we'll wait here, inside. Okay, quickly grab what's on you. A dagger and some, Svef. Level you up before we go outside. Okay. Not a lot of what to do here. I can take both. So let's take both. Reaping knives use an ally soul to create blades of pure energy that emerge from both hands. The blades do raw damage. Oh. Okay, they do raw damage. Ooh, a defensive mind web. The caster creates a series of defensive links between them. All allies in the mind will use the best defense. Whoa, that's really good. Yeah, use both of them. Fantastic. And when we come back, folks, something is going on outside, and I have a feeling it's got to do with the eyeless. But at least I was able to convince the Readceras to not attack the battery. Yet. Things still might fall apart, but hopefully they won't. But going outside to see what's happening will be for next time. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. And if you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.